News fans, I am backstage with the big winner, Jeremy Smith. Jeremy, what a debut. That overhand left. We got to talk about that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was planned. We've been working on that jab and the overhand left the whole time. Because he's tall, so obviously they come down a lot when you hit him in the body. So work the body, then kill the body, and the head dies.
I feel like what you just told me is exactly what made the difference in the fight. The body shots in the beginning, because he seemed to find his range at the end of the first round. But I think it was the body shots that really did him in. And then, of course, you...
Yeah, I think, he was starting to get his range. And because he's a long fighter, that's not good for me. So I had to close the distance. And I knew if I worked the body, he wouldn't like to move as much, so he wouldn't be able to get on the outside. So I worked the body more, slow him down, and put more pressure on him.
Do you feel like you stuck to your game plan then? Because it sounds like you prepared specifically for him.
Yes, I stuck to my game plan. We had the coaches gave it to me what I should do, what I should focus on. So yeah, keeping it tight, working the triple jabs, closing the distance, we're getting my feet underneath, and just getting inside and working nice and tight.
Amazing performance, but you're not new to the world of bare-knuckle, because I saw you fight at BYB Extreme in December, and you lost. What did you take away from that fight in December that you were able to use to get you the W this evening, sir?
So yeah, that fight kind of got stopped a bit premature, got a little bit of a cut. So I just learned that with a bare-knuckle, you can cut so easy. So you got to be a lot more head movement. You don't have the protection of a glove or even an MMA glove. So and with a little knuckle, it just splits. So I learned just keep my hands tighter, be more controlled with my punches, don't open up and don't load up. So just, you don't need to hit them hard, you just got to touch them. So don't try and knock them out, just hit them.
What's the difference between fighting in the trigon and fighting in the squared circle? Because there is quite a difference. We need to tell the fans about that.
There's a huge difference. Obviously, the trigon has 3 sharp corners. If you're getting stuck in one of those corners, you're not getting out. If the guy knows what he's doing, you're not getting out. He should finish you. So you get more movement in this. I think, it's both has its pros and its cons. So yeah, you don't want to be on your back against the ropes there. Yeah, you can't play against the ropes because the ropes are metal. They don't give you give. They don't give any give. So you can't play rope-a-dope or anything like that. You kind of got to fight. So.
You were new to BKFC fans, so kind of give us a little wrap-up of some of your prior fights, because you have a really interesting history.
Yeah, I've got quite a resume of fights. I think this will be in total about my 52nd or something like that, if you include my amateurs. So I started with K1 Thai boxing with the amateurs, and I went pro at 20 years old. Had 12 fights, 10 wins, 9 knockouts. Moved over to MMA, racked up 11 wins in a row. 9 finishes, and then I got 11 and 7, so 7 losses, 11 wins. Was the champion of Africa, middleweight division. Fought in America. Well, that's like used to come here and fight as well. I fought for Brave FC for the Prince of Bahrain in the Middle East. So yeah, I've kind of traveled and I've paid my dues in the fight game. So I just thought, let's do the bare-knuckle. I love boxing. I came from I trained a lot with boxing. So I thought, it brings the MMA and the boxing kind of together. So, yeah.
And it's so fast. The rounds are so fast. People don't really take that in consideration. Let's talk a little bit about that. Of course, we didn't get to see you for too many rounds, but maybe next time.
Well, it's nice because it's only 2 minutes, but you can push that pace. If you push that pace, you can tire anybody out. You can tire somebody out in 30 seconds if you push the pace. And especially if you work the body, then that takes the energy away.
So you've been successful in so many different disciplines. Which do you feel was the most important discipline that you were able to use tonight besides boxing? I'm thinking maybe the Muay Thai or maybe something else that got you the W.
I think all of them combined. I think all of it combined makes me a formidable opponent. I've got experience. I've got ring experience. Whether it's in a ring, a cage, whatever, it's still you get over that nerves. Obviously, I've been out for a while. Before this was obviously 2 years, and there was a bit of time, like it was December, and before that was 2 years. So I need to get that ring rust off. I felt when I got back into the fighting last year, December, I got my ring rust off. So now when I came in here, I felt a lot better. As you can see in the first round, I was finding my distance, finding my groove, and I wasn't listening to my coaches. But now I did, and I knocked them out, so yeah.
Well, congratulations on a spectacular win. Who do you want next, sir?
Whoever they give me, I don't care. Whoever they want, I'm here to fight.
So before we go tonight, is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I would just like to give a shout out to my best friend, just my boxing trainer. He passed away 5 years ago to this day. And yeah, I'd give this fight to him. The whole fight was dedicated to him. Thank you.
Well, he trained you well, and I'm sure he's looking down from heaven saying, gosh darn, he did a good job. And very proud.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
God bless. We look forward to seeing you back in the squared circle
Appreciate
soon.
it.
For
Hope to see you
Bare-Knuckle
if
News,
possible.
I'm Susan Cingari, and this is...
Jeremy the Pitbull Smith.
And no one beats us to the punch.